Vanaand staan ons stil by 'n kuier met 'n amperse veekoningin van die vermaaklikheid sweer. So gooi jou verbeeldingvensters waawyd oop. Speel jy die bordspeletjie 30 Seconds en sê pantomime, skree almal soos een koor Janice Honeyman. Want die maestro van skouspelagtige vermaak spog met iets so 36 reusagtige pantomimes op haar kerfstok. Pantomime is egter net een van die vele genres wat sy in uitblink. Sy begoochel reeds vir langer as 'n half-eeu lank gehore. Al die pad tussen die Markteater in Johannesburg en die Royal Shakespeare Company in Londen. Sy was eers aktrise en toe regisseur wat al oor die jare wêreldklas teaterstukke die lig laat sien het. Dit was beslis tyd vir 'n kuier. Geniet dit saam met my. Daar's omtrent nie 'n genre in die uitvoerende kunste wat die teaterlegende nie bemeester het nie. Van klassieke werk tot komedie, pantomime, musiekblyspele, operas, operettes en die lys gaan aan en aan. Vandag met meer as 50 jaar in die bedryf en 'n rits nasionale en internasionale toekennings agter haar naam, is die verhoog vir Janice Honeyman nog net so magies soos destyds. 'n Kuier waarna ek vreeslik uitsien. Janice, na al die jare in die industrie, is jy nou nog lus vir 'n onderhoud?
Ek is verskriklik los. Nee.
Sy is verskriklik los. Ja.
Ek is lus vir 'n onderhoud met jou.
Baie dankie, want ek dink baie keer, as ek nou al soveel gedoen het soos wat jy gedoen het, dan sal ek naderhand sê, ag nee, wat ek is nie meer lus vir die goed nie.
Nee, ek is, want ek het my lewe geniet.
Ek is gelukkig om nou al baie onderhoude te gedoen het. En ek moet vir jou sê, toe ek nou met jou navorsing en alles gaan lees van Janice, wat jy gedoen het. As my so terugkyk, dit moet lekker wees, net Janice.
Yeah, I have managed always to enjoy what I've done. I think that the advantage that I have is that I have been fairly versatile. So I can do children's theatre and I can do pantomime and I can do opera.
In die industrie moet 'n mens ook net to survive.
Absolutely. You have to make your own work. You can't wait for it to come to you. You've got to, and I mean, it's lekker when it does. The most recent thing, I'm 75 and Hazel is about the same age and we never worked together and suddenly the phone rang and she said, will you do Mamma Mia?
That's Hazel Feldman, our Mamma Mia that you did. Yeah.
I said, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love ABBA and I love the music and I love the company that we chose.
Maar jy lyk ook so fun. Kan jy moeilik ook wees, jy?
Ek kan baie moeilik
Kan
wees.
jy moeilik
Ja.
Like him?
But if I don't get my way, or no, people don't listen to me, dan is ek, no, I try not to be difficult. I think one of the advantages that I have is that I'm quite flexible and I make things work.
Ek het nou met baie akteurs gepraat voor ek nou vandag hier voor jou sit en almal is so lief vir jou. Dit gebeur min dat almal so van 'n regisseur hou.
Ek moet sê actors is my favorites. I love actors and I understand actors, and the other thing that I really love to do with actors is to find the place that they identify with in the character. And so I try to get them to commit to their characters and they feel that they're contributing.
You also push actors.
Yes, if we choose to give an audience an experience that they can relate to, we have to believe in it so that they can believe in it.
Opening nights, is jy nog steeds op jou senuwees? Ja.
Yes. Yeah.
En maar jy's elke opening, so sit jy in die gehoor.
At the back. So that I can see, you can often read what an audience is feeling by the back of their heads. And I've learned to know dat as hulle so sit en hulle styf hier, is dit 'n flop. En as hulle so gaan, is they enjoying it.
Watse rol dink jy speel teater in ons samelewing?
Theatre is a release for people. It's something that enlightens you and that surprises you and that allows you to have an emotional response. I really do believe that theatre can change a society.
Op 14 Januarie 1949 word die land 'n teaterfenomeen ryker, maar sou dit eers so wat 2 dekades later besef. Janice word as te ware in die Universiteit van Kaapstad se garderobe groot, waar haar ma 'n stikster was. Ma en pa.
Ja.
Hulle klink ook na twee besonderse mense. Wat het ma gedoen?
Sewing. And when we were born, she decided that she shouldn't work, she should be a mother, and she was. She was a fantastic mother. You know, we used to play Mrs. Jones and Mrs. Smith, and I used to learn life lessons from her. She always used to say, "Now, you're going to be different to everybody else."
Dis wonderlik het ma gesê you can be different. Ek dink vir alle ouers is dit the best thing to tell a child you can be
but
different.
except that you wanted to look like everybody else. Because she used to sew, she used to make all my clothes. She was slim and lovely and beautiful and I was short. I was as wide as I was short, some sort of butterball. And I used to have to wear these shifts and walk to the bus in my hat in the shift.
So a weird little girl.
No, very, very
Odd.
odd, very odd.
Is dit?
And in my own world all the time.
Jy so sit na al daai goed is 'n wonderwerk that you survived that.
Well, she made me against all odds, sê ek.
Maar sy was ook soos jy sê 'n stukster, sy het in die garderobe, the wardrobe van
Van
UCT gewerk.
yeah. And she used to do wonderful things. And there was an actor, and he had a white outfit. And she had to do pencil pleats in it, but this big. And she took forever. And you know, she was diabetic and her eyes weren't good, and she had to do it. And the costume parade happened, and he went like this with it, and it looked absolutely beautiful. And he said, "Do you think I'm a bloody fruit?" And he went, "Oh," and he tore it, and he tore the costume into
That's a terrible
pieces.
story.
No, and I have never, ever forgiven him.
I hope you never used him.
I didn't.
Good.
I didn't.
Ja, want ma het permanent by die UCT se gewerk. So sy het baie kostuums en goed gemaak.
Ja.
En pa?
Hy was 'n gewone United Building Society oak who worked and it was very embarrassing one day. I walked into his building to see him one day, and he was standing at the counter, and I
Dis nou,
was...
ekskuus Janice, dis nou na Janice nou in koerante al was, het nou al begin speel when this happened.
Yeah, but as I walked in, he was going like this, and he had his hand in his pocket in his jacket, and he saw me, and he went, and he put something back in his pocket, and I said, "What was that?" And he took out, and there were reviews, and it was Honeyman shines in such and such
That's
a play.
sweet. It's not embarrassing.
And
it's
no, it
sweet.
was. And I said to him, "Never do that again." And he said, "Well, then you never come into my office again in white tackies and blue jeans."
Good for him.
And we had a fight about it.
Ag, so that's mens weet nie altyd ouers sê nie altyd dat hulle trots is nie, né?
Nee,
But
dis
that was
waar, dis waar. And he was very proud and he was very sweet. He was a sweet, sweet man.
Jy wou ook eers 'n veearts geword het. It was not being an actress.
Yeah. In standard 3, long division went wrong.
So wiskunde was nie vir jou
Wiskunde,
nie.
I failed hopelessly. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life, was failing maths.
Onthou dit, né?
Because I then took specialized literature instead. But of course it disqualified me for science subjects, so I couldn't be a vet.
En toe die drama het ook begin, en dis 'n storie wat vir my nogal fascineer. Daar was 'n juffrou gewees, mevrou De Vos.
Ja.
En daar het ook 'n draaipunt gewees. Wat het sy gegee? Drama.
Drama.
Ja.
Speech and drama. I used to not take speech very seriously at all. And I used to like to draw in the back of my speech book, and I used to tear the page out.
Yeah.
So every time you tore a page out, the front page would be loosened. She came round and she picked up my speech book, and all the pages fell apart. And she said, "Have you got no respect for my subject? This is ridiculous." And she threw it up, and it went up into the air, and all the pages went to the ground. And that was Babs Laker, who I then developed when I became an actress, the most huge respect for. And I played in the chorus when she played Hecuba in Trojan Women. She played the mother in Peer Gynt, and I got to know her very closely and very warmly, and she was an excellent woman.
Jonger generasie, ek dink dit was in die eerste belade vir 'n enkeling was sy ook gewees.
Ja.
Years back. En toe besluit jy weer wil in die drama ding ingaan. What is the story about, you did an audition for RADA?
Yeah, and I got into that, but Rosalie Vandergood said I was too young to go. She thought I should spend a year at UCT and then go. But I got so busy at UCT and so obsessed with theatre that I just stayed and did 4 years BA Drama and Performance Diploma and got a job before I left Varsity. And here sit ek, 55 years later.
Net hierna kuier ons verder en hoor van al die ongelooflike werk wat sy gedoen het, hier en oor see, mense wat 'n invloed op haar loopbaan gehad het, wat akteurs alles sal doen om 'n rol uitstekend te vertolk. Dit alles en nog meer net na die advertensiebreek. Na 4 jaar van dramastudies aan die Universiteit van Kaapstad, sluit sy by die Transvaalse Raad vir Uitvoerende Kunste of dan Truk aan. Sy speel in wonderlike Afrikaanse produksies soos Drie Susters en Kinkels in die Kabel. In die laat 70's open die Markteater in die hartjie van Johannesburg, waar Janice letterlik die stene help op mekaar sit. En is ook hier waar haar paadjie kruis met Barney Simon en Manny Mannon, wat 'n ongelooflike rol in haar loopbaan gespeel het. Jy het ook glo op 'n jong ouderdom al baie ouer karakters gespeel.
Ja, my eerste professionele rol was ek 82. Ou vrou. The old servant in Drie Susters.
Ja, en dit was by die streeksrade, die wonderlike dae van volgens my streeksrade. But you were not that happy in Pretoria. Why?
But al die ouetjies in hulle safari suits en hulle kamme en hulle sokkies. When I used to walk down to Munitoria, all these oaks used to say, hey, die kom die lekker loslyf langrok Engelse meisie. And I used to object to that a bit. I wasn't so keen on that.
Maar Johannesburg is toe vir jou lekker.
Ja, no, that was a jol.
Ja. Ek was gelukkig om mense soos Louis van Niekerk en Wilna Snyman toe ek 'n jong akteur was.
Ja.
You also had two very special people. Die mense wat theater nou ken sal Barney Simon en Manny Mannon, nee.
Yeah. Barney was quite obscure in his way. And I mean, when I played in Marasad, which was the opening production of the main market, he sent us out to find the most disgusting thing that would shock us the most that we could find.
It's a part of the rehearsal process, yeah?
I was a vegetarian and had been a vegetarian for 6 years already. So I went to the abattoir and there was the offal pool. Now, the offal pool is an Olympic-sized swimming pool full to the top of derms.
My genade.
It was set in a mental asylum. And what were their freakouts in life? And you had to find yourself a freakout
To identify
with.
Wat is die storie? Jy het 'n play direct en dit word een van die akteurs siek.
Alan Joseph was opening a new theatre in Durban, and we'd taken an Arabian Night down to it. David Epple slipped a disc, and I had to take over. So there wasn't a costume to fit me except Adrian Pierce's spare costume, and she was much thinner than I was. And I had to pour myself into it. And then, halfway through, I had to do a cartwheel. Chung, 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 to the bottom of the stage. I was hell of a proud of myself. And then Vanessa Cook went, and I looked down, and my whole left breast, heeltemal, was uit. En die hele gehoor het net gelag en die akteurs het net gelag.
Dit is so lekker om saam te kyk, want baie keer julle by die huis ook hoor nie hierdie stories wat eintlik gebeur op nie. Daar's ook van die stukke wat jy gespeel het wat verban was.
Ja, Holy Moses and all that jazz. En die hele sensorboard het na die Markteater gekom and we had to perform the show for them. So then it comes the end of it and they have to judge. And they said, I'm afraid this is banned because there is swearing in the title. Holy Moses is blasphemous. It is swearing. And then Professor Anna Neertling-Pool was on the board. And she stood up and she said, in addition to that, all that jazz is a lie. She said, there was not one piece of jazz in this musical. You are bluffing the audience. So it is banned.
En dit het baie gebeur destyds wat mense die sensuurraad, nee, wat
Ja.
hulle kom kyk het en goed. Janice, en dan is daar die wonderlike storie, jy en Toby Cronje. En dis eintlik waar jou loopbaan, soos wat ek verstaan het, 'n ander rigting gevat het. Was dit Babbelkous
En Bruidegom.
Bruidegom?
Ja. 72 pages of Afrikaans en ek was aan op die stage vir 70 van hulle.
Ja. En toe gaan speel julle in Durban.
Ja, ons het die openingsaand gedoen.
Ja.
Dan het ons besluit ons gaan ice skating.
Mens mag nie eintlik as jy nou in 'n produksie of nog steeds, mag jy nie.
Jy kon. Daai ding was ingesit nadat ek...
It's your
Yeah, it's
fault.
my fault. So Toby came to me and said, come, let's go round once more. And we went round, and as we went round the corner, they shifted in and they knocked me. And it was like 2 gunshots. Oei, ek het my been gebreek, as dit in Afrikaans. And I fell down and
En toe moet sy speel, en toe het neem Katinka by jou oor, nee?
yeah. So
Katinka
I couldn't, they rushed me to hospital. I couldn't walk. And I'll never forget the nurse. It was a big fat nurse, and she said to me, yeah, now you're going to a different theatre than you used to. and I had to have it settled, and I couldn't do the play again. Katinka took over, and then when they made the movie, Katinka...
Yes. Ja, ek dink nie baie mense
played the
weet dat
role.
jy dit begin het. Jy en
Ja,
Toby het saam.
ja.
Toe jy onder kontrak was, dit toe by Truck gewees.
Ja.
En toe moet jy werk.
Ja.
Hulle betaal jou salaris, and that's where you started to direct.
Directing. I was on a 3-year contract. What Manny said was, here's a library program for you to direct, and here's a children's play for you to direct.
Dit was die begin van 'n loopbaan as een van Suid-Afrika se beste regisseurs. Ongelooflike regie volg hier en oor see met van ons land se topakteurs. Ons almal ken natuurlik ook haar jaarlikse pantomimes wat op die planke gebring word. 'n Theatermaestro sonder weerga. Jy het oor die jare soveel 'n wonderlike regie gedoen. Jy het ook vir die Royal Shakespeare Company direk, né?
Yeah, I did Hello and Goodbye for them with Anthony Sher and Estelle Kohler, both South Africans. Ethel was originally asked to direct it. It was at the
Ethel Fiergaard.
Yeah, it was at the Almeida Theatre in London, and Ethel recommended me, which I was very grateful for.
Ook John Carney, en jy sê dit nou nie, ek gaan dit sê, but someone told me the other day, I think John Carney did 1 or 2 plays before you directed him, maar jy het hom op die map gesit.
Well, you know,
said
he
so.
was on the map. He was on the map as an actor, but not yet as a playwright. And I did Nothing But the Truth for him, and that went overseas. I've done more with John. We did The Tempest at the RSC and the Baxter Theatre, and we did Kuneni and the King with Tony and John.
En dan wat almal natuurlik, vir al die jonger generasie dink ek, jou mee assosieer is die pantomimes. Jy doen al die pantomimes. Hoeveelste pantomime is dit?
37.
Genade.
37.
Jy het nie baie van pantomimes geweet toe jy eers die ene moes doen nie.
Nee.
When you started
Lynnie
off.
Marais called me and she said, darling, you're going to do a pantomime. I said, I don't know anything about pantomime. And she said, well, you'd better learn, my girl. So I had to learn all the traditions and then make it my own.
Want jy skryf dit, jy doen die musiek, en jy het al mense op die verhoog gehad. I mean, Helen Zille was part of the pantomime.
Ja.
Jy het al London Taxi on stage.
We've had a London taxi, we've had a London double-decker bus, we've had a stretch limo, and then we had the full ensemble dressed up as the Guptas. And they came out and said, good heaven, it's a beautiful place and all in all.
Hoekom was ek nog nooit in een van jou pantomimes nie?
Jy het nie gevra nie.
Sy soek 'n befaamde skrywer en sê sy skryf veral vir kinders omdat sy self nog in haar kinderskoene voel. Vele kinderproduksies soos Madiba Magic en Bangalore's Back vloei uit haar pen. Sy skryf ook kinderboeke wat sy graag self illustreer. Haar talent hou net nie op nie en van afskaal is daar nie sprake nie. Volgens haar is ledigheid die duiwel se oorkussing en in die prille ouderdom van 75 is Janice reeds kopstukke aan die werk aan haar volgende Panto extravaganza. Daar's ook ander hobbies wat mense nie van weet. Wat is die ding van snorkel?
Ek is mal vir snorkel. You know, when I snorkel, I want every lighting designer I know to be here, and I want every scenery and costume designer to be here, so that there's a long line of creative people looking at the greatest designer of all, the person who really knows about color coordination, about beauty, about aesthetics, because it is so wonderful. I was in Thailand, and there was a rock that I used to snorkel at every day. And suddenly, about 200 little fish, silver fish with gold eyes and gold fins, zipped round, and they all faced me. They were staring at me. And then they suddenly came towards me, and they stopped. And I looked down, and suddenly I saw an eye and a little point. And it was a stonefish. Stonefish can kill you in 40 minutes. And I moved back, and as I moved back, they all came towards me. And I moved back and came towards me. When I was free of the rock, they just went, turned, shoo, and they were gone.
Prachtig.
And honestly, it was like a religious experience. I was just, and they saved my life.
Why did they also call you the bag lady?
Because on top of my wardrobe, there's my striped bag and my spotted bag and my green bag and my pink bag. And it's full rubbish, papers, notebooks. If I really need to find something, I have to remember now, what production was I doing when I needed that piece of...
So that is a different bag.
Yeah, and it was the striped bag. Okay, I'll go into that bag, and then I find it.
Janice, is daar... Want jy gaan net aan en dan jy gaan seker nooit ophou werk nie.
Nee, ek dink nie so nie, because I don't know what I would do with myself except love my dog.
Ja, jy's lief vir die diere, né?
Ja, ja.
Wel, ek kan vir jou sê, as 'n akteur, was dit vir my die grootste voorreg om vandag by jou te kuier. Baie, baie dankie.
Baie dankie dat jy interested was.
Om haar wonderlike werk in een so kuier saam te vat is haas onmoontlik. Wat ek wel weet is dat Janice 'n ikoon is van teater en een van die mees geliefde en gerespekteerde regisseurs wat ons land ooit opgelewer het. Janice, jy is regtig briljant in alles wat jy aanpak en ek vir een kan nie wag vir jou volgende projek nie. Die kuier was 'n voorreg.